Hey everyone, welcome to my channel or channels, whichever one this is going to be on. I have two that have homecoming mom stuff. I'm going to design some custom cutouts for a couple of different schools. This one is Moody and the other one is going to be Colleen. I'm just uploading as many school mascots as I can, or generic looking, in some cases generic like eagles and stuff. So I have as many school logos and mascots loaded on Cricut Design Space as I can get. I never know what orders I'm going to get on Etsy, which schools I'm going to get, so it really helps to have some. There's going to be some that I design and I don't use, but that's okay. There'll be some that I will use, and it'll be nice to already have them up there. This one is pretty simple, pretty easy one to work with. I'm just offsetting it right now, and I'll keep bringing the picture up because I want to make it as close to the original design as possible. So I'm gonna hide all those contours for the offset because I want it one solid piece, and then I'm going to choose dark green just like the logo is or mascot is. See, that's really close. Now if you're just doing a simple, especially like on a braid or something, I would suggest just working with those two colors, doing those two layers, and that's it. If you're putting this on a mum head, then you might want to go ahead and do the eyes and the teeth. Again, depends on what kind of mum you're putting this on, how big the mum is, how expensive the mum is, if you want to work with several layers. Also, like, think about yourself, like what is really easy for you to do or what's really difficult for you to do. The cost of the mum, all that stuff needs to be factored in. So I'm going to do just the teeth on that offset. I hid all the other contours, and then if I cut that out, I'll just cut the teeth out and glue those on top. So that would be like your top layer, your third layer. And then again, the eyes are yellow, so we can do another layer. So now if you cut it out like this, you're going to end up cutting out 4 different colors of cardstock. You're going to have 4 layers. So this is going to be a more difficult, more time consuming cutout with all those different layers. So if you're doing, like I said, a smaller mum, this is going on a braid, you might just want to do the 2 layers, or you might just want to do the 3 with the teeth. It's really up to you. You could also do the top layer in the green and the bottom layer white, so the teeth would be white, or whichever one that the teeth are on the top layer. I don't know if it shows on the top layer or the bottom layer. I can't remember now. I didn't see it. So again, I'm hiding all the contours except for the eyes. And then I'm going to make those yellow. Sometimes trying to move those small pieces, they don't want to move, they want to change size. But that to me is really, really close. And then of course those didn't move with it. There we go. So it is kind of a pain to have to cut out like the eyes and the teeth and stuff like that, and then glue those little pieces on. So think about that when you're thinking about the cost of your mum and the size and all that good stuff. Because there's nothing wrong with just having the 2 layers. Especially, like I said, if it's going on like a braid or something. But if I was putting it on a mum head, I definitely want to get it closer to what the original one looks like. But all in all, that's a pretty simple one. There wasn't a lot of work to be done with it. The only thing that's different about it from the original is that I have it offset. The green goes over around the edges there. You can see the green. Whereas on the original design, it ends with the black. But that's the only way I could really get the the offset. I want that green to be on the back layer, so I'm trying to get it where it's, there we go, where the green doesn't go past the black or very much, to make it as close to the original as possible. Now I only have these designed. I have not tried cutting them out yet because I have no reason to cut them out yet. I don't know if I'll even get this school, so I don't know how well it's going to cut out. Sometimes a logo or a mascot will be really easy to design, but then when you go to cut it, there's issues with cutting it. So I can only say that right now it's designed well. I can't say that it will cut out well. And then of course everybody's machines are different, so that determines on how well they cut out as well. But I'm not going to make a bunch of cutouts with all these mascots that I may or may not use. I just don't feel like doing that. And it's a waste of a lot of cardstock and time. But I was happy with it. I thought it turned out really well. Now I'm going to find the clean one. It's a kangaroo. There it is. Pull that up. Now that looks simple enough, but I do have some issues with the kangaroo. If you see the original there, we got 3 colors going on. We got the burgundy, gray, and white. And I try to get it as close as possible on the screen. It just helps me to design it better. I'm offsetting it with the black. Now I'm going to change it to gray. Look at that. See how much it looks alike. You don't have to do the white with this, and you want to make sure that's a solid piece on the back, that gray. But I am going to try to get some white in the kangaroo to see if I can get it to look closer to the original design. But there's nothing wrong with just cutting it out in the gray and the maroon or burgundy, whatever, and ignoring that little bit of white. That's not a big deal. Some people might want it to be exact, but they got to realize that you can't do all of these cutouts exactly like the logos. You've got to make adjustments to make them cut out better. See, I'm just playing around with the contours to see if I can figure out how to get the white, some white to show. But like I said, just the gray and the burgundy would work out really well. It would look really good. But if you want to get it as close to the original as possible, here's some ideas on how to do it. I could not get it to be exactly like the original design. See how it's got white just in sections, but I could do this and make it look a little bit closer to the original design. And I play around with it and try to mess with it and see. So you could make the kangaroo all white, no gray showing in the kangaroo, and only gray around the outline. It really just depends. I mean, you decide what looks best. You decide what you want showing and how you want to do it. And if you just play around with these contours, you can get different looks and figure out what looks the best. But if you don't have a lot of time, you're during homecoming season, you're trying to don't spend a lot of time designing, you don't have that time. So just do the best you can. That's another reason why I wanted to get as many of these designed as possible. Like I said, I don't know if I'll even use any of them. I have no idea what orders I'll get. But having them in Design Space will really, it'll be nice just to have them just in case. So again, that's not exactly like the original, but I'm getting it as close as I possibly can. You could definitely cut this out and put it on the mum head. And if it was for like a mini or a peewee, I would probably stick to just the 2 layers, the gray or silver is what I would cut it out, silver, and then the burgundy. See here, we're going on 4 layers now. So if you wanted the white to show on the top part of the kangaroo, this is what you would do. But again, we're going 4 layers now. We went from 2, 3, and now 4 layers. So every layer, that's more work. So think about that with the cost. And again, don't forget to save your work. I try to always save it before I cut it out too. That way, if something happens when you're trying to cut out, you don't lose the image. So always save your work. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. Please comment, share, like, subscribe. Please be kind with your comments, be kind to yourself, and happy mum making.